Hi everyone, my name is Mallory and welcome to Graceful Pilates. Today is another in my Reformer demo series where I introduce a different exercise on the Reformer. I'm on Allegro 2 by Balanced Body today for informational purposes. So today is all about a one leg plank. Other leg is going to be crossed over the other or on the shoulder block using a sitting box. I have a sitting box light, so it is really good that I have this bar here to prop it up against, otherwise it might not be as secure. So keep that in mind. Depending on the box that you have, you might want to be using a heavier box. This is the box that I have today. So props that are needed are the box, otherwise it is the Reformer. I'm going to be talking about the spring load variation, the muscles activated, and different modifications and progressive movements to do during this particular plank. So without further ado, it is going to be one spring loaded on the machine, whether that's one light, one medium, or one heavy. Heavy is more assistance if you're needing help with that balance. Medium is in the middle, and yellow is if you want more of a challenge to really challenge your balance. I am on, and again, as I've said a few times now, I'm on a balanced body machine, so that would be one yellow for one light, one blue for one medium, or one red for one heavy spring. You're gonna place the sitting box up against the frame of that Reformer so that it is right up against it. Now, the muscles that are activated during this particular plank are going to be your full core. So your inner core and your obliques are both going to be activated, as well as a little bit of your deltoids to hold you upright. Now, keep in mind, this is predominantly using one leg. Other leg is either going to be crossed over the other leg or propped on the shoulder block. So that means that you're activating more of a balance and coordination challenge, and it narrows the range of your hip mobility, which again means that it is requiring more of a balance challenge. So I have one blue loaded on my machine today. Again, if you want more of a challenge, you would do one yellow. If you need a little bit less of a challenge, you would do one red. Now, how you would set up for this exercise is you have a few options. You would have your inner leg propped up against the shoulder block, toes curled, that inner leg. Inner arm is going to grab the frame, the wooden frame. Outer arm is going to grab the long side in the top right corner of that foot bar of that box, okay? Now, what you're going to do is you're either going to have your outer foot hooked just behind the inner foot on the ankle, or for more of a challenge, you would have your toes on that shoulder block. I'll first show it with your toes or your foot hooked behind the other one. So this is your plank. You would hold it here, squaring those hips. Maybe you're bending and extending. Now go back in, nice and carefully. I will show the plank now with your, some hairs. Okay, you would show the plank now with your outer toes on that shoulder block, requiring a little bit more balance. Again, outer arm is longwise in the other opposite corner of that sitting box. Inner arm is grabbing onto that wooden platform. You would extend those legs out, do a few bends, and extend with those legs, and hold it, squaring those hips, engaging that core, go all the way back in. Good. Now, another version of this plank, starting with the outer leg hooked on top of the inner leg, would be your hands, one hand towards the front short wise of the box, outer hand Again, still on the outer edge longwise. Again, starting with that outer leg hooked on top of the other, you would press out, bend, and extend. Bend and extend. Hold it here, return all the way back in. Now same exact hand placement, one hand shortwise, one hand longwise, outer foot hooked on top of toes on that shoulder block. Inner foot would be propped against that shoulder block. Again, lift up, extend, neutral spine, bend, and extend. Good. Carefully go all the way down. Now keep in mind, since one foot is doing the work, you would also want to do the other side as well. You would try to keep it the same springs. I do one blue on one side, so I do one blue on the other side. All right, I hope you enjoyed this plank variation using a sitting box. I hope you have a great day. Bye.